This is Lena from Sweden, and I wanted to make an INFJ clip about the INFJ male or the INFJ dad, because I'm an INFJ woman and my dad is dead. He died at the age of 64, 6 years ago, but I'm convinced that my dad was also an INFJ, very typical one. And I already made a video clip about the clashes of being an INFJ woman, like the clashes with the gender roles, but I also think that being an INFJ male means having clashes with the gender roles of the Western society. And I've been spotting some things that I wanted to talk about. First of all, I'm gonna make a short description of my dad and my relationship to him, because I adored him. I had a rather close relationship to my dad, especially when I was a young kid. We were very much alike. He was a musician, a music teacher, very intellectual, he was a pacifist. He would be very philosophical about the state of the world and the humanity. He taught me a lot since I was a little girl about history and politics and culture, religion. So I'm very grateful for that, and I really feel like I had a very good relationship with him, which is also why I feel like I can see kind of what he was going through. First of all, I would like to address the matter of the addiction, because I saw some other video clips with INFJs and the matter of addiction has been brought up. I don't know if INFJs would be more prone to addiction, but I think that there are some angles that are not helping INFJs in relation to addictions. And one of them is that since we have some strengths in terms of intelligence and understanding of humankind and even of ourselves, it's easy for us to think that we are better than other humans who drink or take other substances or have behavioral addictions or whatever. And we can think that we are too good for treatment, we don't need it, because if we go and see a therapist, we read the therapist and see through the therapist, and we could do a whole job with a therapist. And this might be true. I've been to therapy for several years, but that didn't mean that the therapy didn't help me. But I think it's easy for INFJs, and maybe even more so for INFJ men, to take that position where we or they become unreachable for help that maybe others would have easier to take or to ask for. Kind of a perfectionist pride also. So my dad was also very sensitive, and sure, for INFJ women we clash with, for example, the alpha part, but I think INFJ men can clash with the gender role of being sensitive. I definitely think that my dad did. He was very sensitive and a songwriter. He started drinking at an early age to even work up the courage to go on stage and to promote his ideas. And when I was cleaning out his house when he died, I found letters from record labels to him where the record labels asked him for more material, and that doesn't happen. I'm also a musician. That doesn't happen, not even back then. But I found letters of labels asking, yeah, we love the songs, send us more songs. But he didn't do it. He couldn't. He was a bit too sensitive, I think, and too over analytic and controlling and perfectionist. So I think that's something to watch out for, maybe especially for men, to accept this sensitivity and not to be ashamed of it, and try not to numb it or to conceal it with, for example, alcohol, like my dad did. I also think it's easier for men to become and stay isolated more than women. Because women, we are like, when girls, we are so encouraged to participate in social contexts, and it's we are almost like shamed for backing off and needing like alone time and isolating ourselves. That's how I feel. Whereas for men, I think it's much easier when they go into isolation, that society, friends, people around them, partners, just let them do that. And I think that's not good for any human being, to be allowed to isolate ourselves like too much. The last part is about achievement, because I believe that men are encouraged to think of achievement as more oriented towards success, like financial success or fame, and like strength and being able to take care of your family. And I do believe that this was kind of that this didn't click with my dad. I think that all human beings, and maybe especially INFJs and sensitive people, we need to think of achievement as self-love, and not being like anorectic in any sense. That we choose to live out our talents, earn money, go out there, do whatever we do for ourselves, with the talent that we were given, as a manifestation of self-love, and not in this maybe traditional aggressive way of like going after, like being strong, going after success. So yeah, as the daughter of an alcoholic and as the daughter of a sensitive man who I think was an INFJ, I hope that other INFJ men can allow themselves to be sensitive, not try to regulate it, control it, or suppress it, and to remember that they are not too good for treatment or help, as all human beings need at several points in our lives. And please cherish your sensitivity and cherish your talents. This is what I wish for all of you.